Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome back to my channel. This week we have a very exciting makeover. It's one that is long awaited, especially for me, hopefully for you too, but we are going to be making over our bedroom. We are currently in our bedroom. This is a project that I have been wanting to do for a very long time now. It's something that I've thought about, but it's always kind of just felt a little bit overwhelming and also inconvenient because we do sleep in here, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to do a makeover and have that renovation process take place and still be able to live in the space. I'm finally doing it. It's just going to be so beautiful. I already love what it's going to look like in my head, and I can't wait to see it come to life in our actual room. I have a lot of really fun ideas for this space. We're going to be making quite a few changes, and we're also going to be keeping a few elements in this room. There are going to be some big things that we do, like changing the paint color. We're also going to be doing a really fun trim detail. Make sure that you stick around to the end so that you can see all of the really amazing changes that are going to take place in this room. And if you enjoy this style of video, makeovers, renovations, DIYs, thrifting hauls, all that kind of really fun stuff, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can become a part of our DIY community and see all of the amazing things that we do together on this channel. Yeah, we're not going to waste any time and we're just going to jump right into it. All right, guys, so step one in this room, I always like to start with kind of the bigger items that are going to take place just to get them out of the way so that we can get to the fun things like decorating. So the first thing that we're going to do in this space is we are going to paint. Right now in this room, we have like a really pretty sagey kind of green. This is the color that it was when I moved into this house about like 8-9 years ago, and I really haven't touched it. I haven't changed a lot in this house until recently when I started doing some of my makeovers. And if you're interested in seeing any of those, I have a whole playlist on my channel with home makeovers where I'm slowly making over pieces of our home to have it fit my style and my vibe a little bit more and give it that vintage French countryside sort of feel with a moody twist. We're going to continue that into this space. We are going to go for it, and we're going to go for a dark moody color in this space. Let's go ahead and mix up the paint so I can show you what color we're going to do. So I'm going to scrape some paint because the windows and down on the same floorboard have a little bit of lifting and what looks like some water damage. I don't know if it's from like a hurricane or what. I haven't seen it before. We're going to peel that off and start fresh. Decades of paint. You see that? There's like blue. Alright guys, so this is going to be the color of the room. It's this beautiful deep emeraldy green, and I personally think it's so beautiful. I know that dark colors are not everyone's cup of tea, but for me that's definitely something that I gravitate towards. I really love how it makes a room feel cozy and inviting, and it gives that moody element. And personally I feel that when you paint a room in darker colors and do a semi-color drenching technique, technique where you include the baseboards, which is what I'm doing here, I think that it makes the room look a lot bigger. I think it makes the walls look taller because the baseboards aren't breaking it up. Kind of just gives the room this really open effect, which is usually pretty contrary to what a lot of people think with dark colors. I really like them. I've done dark colors in our guest bathroom, our main bathroom, and our fireplace, and I've lived with those for a little while now, and I have not regretted a single one. I think they're beautiful, so I'm super excited with how this is looking. Obviously, I am nowhere near done. The way that I'm doing this bedroom is we are still sleeping in here. This is our only bed in the house. I'm kind of just moving things in, like I pulled the dresser forward right now so I can paint the wall behind it, and just taking it chunk by chunk so that we're still able to move around and function without it being too chaotic, because I really don't want to break apart all of our furniture and move it to another room. Just feels like a lot of work that I don't really need to do. This is going to be the color, and there is going to be a special surprise with the trim in this room, like the windows, doors, that sort of thing. So make sure you stick around to see what that's going to be, because I think that's really going to bring a super cool and unexpected element to this room and give it kind of an edge. I want to finish painting the top portion of this wall behind me, and then I also want to paint the wall behind this dresser. But I'm thinking that I want to take off this mirror that's attached to the dresser. I've had the dresser since I moved into this house. I've had all this bedroom furniture since I moved into this house, actually. And I really, really like it. It's super solid, good furniture, but I've kind of gravitated away from like the black woods, and I go more for natural medium tone woods. I'm trying to make the room work with what I have and get that vibe and feeling that I am looking for without having to replace all the bedroom furniture at this point. What I'm thinking I want to do is take this mirror off, and then we can save it. That way, if we ever use this furniture in another room or sell it at some point, we'll still have it as a full set. But I want to put like some art and maybe a smaller, more vintage mirror above the dresser instead to give it a different feel and just kind of mix it up. Sometimes it's nice to just kind of swap up your decor and try something a little bit different. Before we paint the wall behind it, we're going to take the mirror off and see what it looks like. Alright guys, we need to remove these little bolts right here. I grabbed a couple of tools to do that. I'm not sure if any of these are the right size. Okay, definitely not. We need to go grab a smaller one, and then we can pop these off, and then we'll take this mirror off and see what it's looking like. Okay, let's try that again. I grabbed some more. Okay, got one. Let's go ahead and remove these, and let's hope that this mirror is not super heavy, because I'll be taking it off by myself. Okay, here we go. Might be a bad idea. Oh, that's okay. Okay. Woo, we did it. Okay, we did it. That was pretty heavy. I did not expect it to come down like that, but we made it, so it's okay.
Said that you've been hurt one too many times before. Ended up staring in the back.
Alright guys, so we have the green paint finished. It took us a couple of days. We kind of did it in little chunks, partly by myself, and then Matt would help me when he had time to. So I'd do like a couple hours each day, but we got it all done. We did the entire bedroom and the little vanity area back in the bathroom. Now what we need to do is the trim detail, which I'm really excited about. I think that's what's really going to make this paint look really special and custom and just bring the room to life. For for the trim detail, we're going to be painting all of the windows, doors, door frames, closet, and we're going to be doing it in a faux wood, medium to dark faux wood. So to do that, we're going to be using this paint called Retique. I've used this before on the channel and before I even started the channel. Retique is a paint that has shredded up pieces of wood in it, so it's actually real wood when you paint it on. So you're able to stain it and do all those things that you could do to wood to this paint. It's really cool because it's going to be able to give us that faux wood look without having to actually put, you know, raw wood into the room. I think it's going to look really, really nice. I've used Retique on my vanity probably about 4 years ago now, and then I also used it on the frame for the mirror in the guest bathroom, which is actually the first makeover that I did on this channel. So I'll put pictures of both of those on here. The frame is about a year, a little under a year old, and the vanity is about 4 to 5 years old, so you can see how it holds up. The vanity gets a lot of use, so if it was going to show wear and tear, that would be the place that we would see it. I think it's going to hold up really well in here. I am going to put a polyurethane sealant over it just to kind of help it out. We're going to start by removing the blinds from the windows back here so we can tape the windows off and get them painted, and I'll probably do 2 coats of the Retique before staining it. I did get the Retique in the dark wood. When I did the vanity and the mirror, I used the light wood, so you can kind of see the difference in the colors, but regardless of what color you get, you can stain it. This is just going to help me out because I want it to be a darker toned wood, so it's going to start me with a darker base. The other thing that we did last night, we added in a rug to this room, which was a fun experience. I didn't really film much of it because it was just a little bit chaotic. I got the rug a few months ago on Facebook Marketplace. It's a really, really pretty rug. It's 7 by 11 feet, so it's quite large, and I got the rug for $20, so it was a great deal. It's in beautiful condition. We already cleaned it, so it's ready to be in here. But when we were moving it into the room last night, I don't know what happened, but both of us just didn't think that we should move the mattresses off when moving the bed. So it was quite heavy and we were struggling to move it. And then finally we realized we should move them. So we moved the mattresses off and started to break the bed apart, and the headboard fell and hit Matt. So he's fine. He mostly dodged it, but it was very surprising for us both. So I completely just forgot to film, wasn't a priority because I wanted to make sure nothing else like that happened and nobody got hurt. But we got the rug in, it looks really good. Yeah, so we are almost done with main things that need to happen to this room. Once we get the trim painted, it's gonna be time for decorating. So we're gonna start by painting this door with the Retique in the dark wood, and I'm just gonna like lightly shake it up, and then I'll just dip my paintbrush into here since it's not a large container. We're going to paint the entire door and the trim for the inside part of this room, and then the outside part I'm going to leave white, which is the color of all the doors in that hallway, so that it's kind of, you know, consistent and makes sense. All right, so it kind of has, I don't know if you can see this at all, but like an orangey color to it. We're going to go with it. I've never used the dark wood tone before, but I've seen other people use it and it looks good with the stain. Let's see what happens. Why is it so runny? Okay, so definitely don't do what I did and mix it with a paint stick because all of the thicker product is in the bottom half, so it'll be better that way. It does go on like relatively thin and runny at first. That's okay, we're gonna do more than one coat. It's better to kind of build it up than do a super thick coat straight out the gate because we don't want it to peel and crack. I know it doesn't look like much right now. Just trust the process, it's gonna look good in the end. This is kind of always how it looks when you start, or at least in my experience having used it, it always looks a little bit on the runny side at first, and then it thickens up as you add 2 coats.
I wanna make this forever.
So we have all the green painted and most of the wood tone painted with the Retique. I have more coming. We have almost run out. We have to do the windows and then we're done. This is what it's looking like with 2 coats. It is not stained, so this is not going to be the color. It definitely looks very orange on camera. It's not as orange in real life, but this is still not going to be the color. We're going to go for a darker wood tone that'll complement the green a lot more. We're just going to leave it like this till I can finish painting the windows, and then we'll stain everything and seal it. Since this little vanity area is pretty much done, I'm going to put our mirror back up and the little wooden box that I have on the wall over here that kind of holds like skincare and stuff like that, so that we can just kind of get some of this stuff out of the way. I'll probably put a couple pieces of art up that I'm going to be keeping in this room. I think so.
Said that you felt lost 100 times before, going in circles on a one-way street, running till your feet get sore. Well, I guess you haven't heard, you've been get around no more. Things are about to get much better, so I wanna make this forever. 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 I wanna make this Rainy days don't seem so wet, stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
Alright guys, so we have all the doors and windows painted with the faux wood. So we're going to start staining. To do that, I'm going to use this Retique gel stain in Kona. I am hopeful that one, it's going to be the right color and it's going to give us a nice dark wood that goes well with the green. Also hoping that it's going to cancel out this like pinky orange that comes through from the faux wood. And we're going to see what it looks like. Already I'm liking it a whole lot more than this pinky orange color, and I think it really looks good. Like it looks like wood. Oh, that's a good color. Yeah, it's good, right? It's pretty dope.
Talk for hours and never slept. 2 silhouettes on the concrete steps. We watched the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon.
Alright guys, so we are done with some of the bigger parts of the makeover, and it's about that time where we're going to move into doing some of the decorating. We have done all of the painting for the room. We've painted all the walls green, and we've done the Retique faux wood on the trim and windows and doors, and stained it and sealed it. So those are the parts that honestly take the longest time when doing a makeover like this. If you don't have structural changes to make, then doing those bigger cosmetic things take a little while. And that's something that I knew going into this, especially doing most of this makeover by myself and kind of just chipping away at it a couple hours every day. It took me the better part of a week to get all of the painting and staining and sealing done. But I definitely think it's worth it. It looks so good. It made such a big impact on the look of this room and really kind of just pulling together the vision that I had for this space. I'm really, really loving how it turned out. You can kind of see a little bit of it behind me with the green wall and the window. The windows and doors and everything are a really dark chocolatey wood. I love the color. It kind of changes throughout the day depending on how the light is hitting it. I really, really love how it's turning out. The next thing that I want to do is start to decorate the space. So we have quite a few decorative elements that we're going to be bringing into the space that I think are going to make a really, really big impact on the space overall and just bringing together that look that I want. What I want to do next is work on a lighting element for this room that's going to be a statement lighting piece for the space. I want to work on this light here. And this is just a really beautiful antique piece that we got at a flea market in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. You might have seen it in my last video where I posted the shopping and haul from that trip. And I got this light and another one for $15. So there were $7.50 each, which is an amazing deal. I was super excited about it. And I just really love the look of this light. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's gonna go really well in this space. I want to fix it up. I already cleaned it. The only thing that we really need to do for this piece is to fix a piece of glass on it. It is a hardwired piece. I'm not going to be hardwiring it because we don't have hard wiring to the spot that I want it to go to, which is like right over here in the corner. I also don't think I would use it much as an actual light. I more just want it to be a decor piece. What we need to do is fix a piece of glass on this light. When I got it, a piece of glass was already cracked down the center. On the back here, I took the glass out. And what I want to do is put like a clear adhesive on the back and in the seam of where the glass broke, and then let that dry and put it back in. And I think that'll be totally fine. Okay, so this is what our glass is looking like. It literally just got broken off somehow. It pieces together pretty well, and it just has this one tiny little chip that's missing. So I think if we just reconnect it, then it'll be totally fine and you won't even notice that because of the iron in the corners. We're gonna use this clear Gorilla Glue, and this should be pretty quick and easy in terms of a fix. We're just gonna apply it and then let it dry. So I'm gonna put a little bit on the seam here and then some on the inside as well, just to really kind of hold it together. Okay guys, so this really big piece is a really beautiful tapestry. I actually Google lensed this piece and found the exact same one that someone was selling for like a couple $100s. I'll put it on the screen because I don't remember all the details. It said that it was depicting Venice and that it was a handmade tapestry from I think the 1920s. You'll see it on the screen. So anyways, it's really beautiful. I had been looking for something with darker colors. I didn't come across anything like that, but I really loved this one when I found it. And I do think that it's good because it's going to offer some balance to the color palette in the room and give a little bit more of some brightness to the space. So we're going to go ahead and pop that up there.
Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Best thing that I'll ever know. If I show.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and decorate this little corner right here. And what I want to do is, before I had my standing jewelry box over here, so I'm gonna bring that over and see if I can make it fit in this corner again and make it kind of make sense. The other thing that I definitely want to put over here is a vintage easel that I got, like an art easel, at a flea market here in town. I had really been wanting to put an easel where I could display a piece of art in our room, so I want to put that in this corner and put a piece of art on it, and so I'm hoping that the jewelry box will make sense next to it. If not, I'll put it somewhere else in the room. But I'm gonna bring that over here and we'll see how it kind of looks in the space. Maybe like this, and we'll try it with easel and see if it's too much. I'm not sure about this. I think it might be too much with everything. I might try putting my jewelry box over here in the room and see if that's a little bit better. I think this works. I think it's okay over there. I'll show you what it looks like. Put it over here, and then on the other side, we have that black bin, which is our laundry bin. I think that this works because it kind of balances out the wardrobe. It still gives us plenty of space to open the door, and it gives room to open both of these. Okay, so now we have the easel over here. I think this looks really nice. I was really excited to find this easel because every flea market that I went to, every easel that I saw was not for sale. And I really wanted one to display a piece of art over here, but I also wanted it to be used and weathered and have paint on it so that it gives that well-worn kind of feel. This is a really nice thin one that doesn't take up a ton of space, but will still give me that same vibe.
If I make you laugh, will you give me some time?
Okay, so let's go ahead and hang our 2 pieces of art and sconces above the bed. The idea is that I'll have my 2 pieces of art and then the sconces next to them kind of all in a row, or possibly stack the 2 pieces of art and put the sconces next to them, but I'm thinking all in a row is going to be better. So we're going to hold them up and see how they look. I have these sconces that I got that could go either way. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking this way. And they're hardwire. And then I just connected a plug-in wire to them with some little caps. If you want to know how to do this, I will link the video below for you guys where I first did this. It's super, super easy and it only costs a couple bucks. So it's a really good hack if you have a hardwired sconce, but you don't have wiring run to that spot. Imagine it like this. That is the vibe. What do we think? Also, don't worry about me standing on the bed. We're about to change the bedding, so it's gonna be okay. Let's go for it. Yeah, I think that's good. We're gonna do it.
'Cause I know that a girl like you could be falling in love with just about anyone. All I want.
Okay, I think this is looking good so far. So now we just have to match the leveling and everything of the sconce on the other side, and it's gonna be looking really good.
Just to know you is just to hang around, walk on the same ground.
Okay, so I've zoomed you guys out because I want you to be able to see this whole image right here, because I got these little, I don't know what they're called, but like little half shelves. They go together like this if you want to make it a whole little pedestal thing. But I got these because I wanted to make myself a little nightstand where I could just put a glass of water or my phone or something like that, because we only have one nightstand in this room. It's always been that way just because of the spacing. I originally ordered these, and then when they got here, I wasn't sold on the idea, and now I think I'm back into it. So I'm gonna show you. I was thinking that we could put one of these like that, just to have something little to be able to put something there. I'm kind of thinking that might be cute. What do we think? I'm gonna go for it.
You remind me of the days gone by, all the real good love turned up just in time. And if I show up, will you show me right down? Will you show me right if I make you laugh?
We're in our last couple of steps, and then this room is done. I'm really happy with how it's all turning out. I think it looks so pretty. We only have a couple things left. We need to put curtains up, change the bedding, and hang our light that we fixed, because it is fixed. We're gonna start with the curtains. For the curtains, I got new curtains, curtain rings, and curtain rods. I've had these sitting in my house literally for months. Again, something that I bought a long time ago, just didn't put up because I wanted to do it all together. For the curtain rings, got these really thick, nice brass ones off of Amazon. I just kind of took a chance on them. I haven't used these ones before, but I'm really happy with the quality. They are really sturdy and thick, and they're a little bit bigger, which is good because I wanted my curtains to hang a little bit lower. Ideally, my curtain would sit significantly above the window to bring the walls up and the eye up to make it look taller. But realistically, I got curtains that are more fitting to the size of the window because they were like $40 less than the next size up, which I thought was crazy, so I didn't do it. That's just the reality of it. Obviously, I would prefer for them to be taller, but I think it's gonna work out. I also got new curtain rods. They are like a French style of curtain rod that's curved, and it's something that I saw on Pinterest that I just loved. I thought it was so pretty. So it attaches to the wall and curves out. It not only gives you a prettier shape, it also makes it so that your curtains are fully enclosing your window so no light can get out. The curtains that I got are this velvety material, kind of like the shower curtain that I put into the bathroom in our main bathroom here, but I got them in this gray color, which I'm not sure how it's going to show up on camera because I know for the shower curtain it shows up really bright. This is more like a darker ashy gray in real life. This will go here.
'Cause I know that a girl like you, could be falling in love with just about anyone. Oh, do, 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 do.
Alright guys, so here is the reality of the bed right now. It is unmade, just not looking its best. We are going to swap out the bedding. I love this bedding, but I've had it for a really long time, like literally the whole time I've lived in this house. I just want to give a little update, refresh the space, and just do something different. I could not find any bedding that was the color and style that I wanted in any thrift stores or flea markets or anything like that. So I got it off of Amazon. I'll link everything that I can for you guys from this makeover in the description box below. A lot of it is secondhand, so I can't link that, but anything that I got new, I'll link for you guys. I'm gonna go grab the bedding and then I can show you guys what the vibe is gonna be. Okay, so we have some plain white sheets that we're going to put on the bed. For the actual bedspread, I have this really pretty olive green bedspread. I've been thinking that we could put this on the end of the bed. This is actually upholstery fabric. It's not like super soft and cozy. It's not a blanket, but I think it's really beautiful. And I just really, really love this pattern. I love the houses and the bikes, and the coloring is perfect. I mean, look at this. That color match could not get better. I thought that I could just trim up any stray edges. I'm not even gonna sew it, honestly, because I like this look of the frayed edges. I was just gonna trim up any loose strings and things and then just fold it and lay it across the end of the bed as a decorative element. Layering on top of that, I wanna put this really pretty, soft, cozy tartan plaid blanket. I think it gives a little bit of balance to the color palette in the space so it's not all dark. And I just think it's going to be cool layered. That is the plan. We're going to swap this bedding out and see how it looks. Alright guys, so here's the finished bedding. I personally really like this look. I think it looks super nice. I love this little detail poking out. You don't see it like a ton, it's not the main thing, but I like that it's something subtle that kind of just gives a little bit more texture, some layering, another pattern to this whole situation, because the bedspread itself is very simple. It's just one color. We only have these two pillows up here, so there's not a lot going on with the bedspread, but you get the details with the blankets and upholstery fabric down here. We are going to add the last elements, the light, and then this room is going to be all done. Alright guys, well that wraps up this week's video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this bedroom makeover and coming along with me on this room renovation journey. This is probably my favorite makeover that I have done so far on this channel. I am obsessed. I love it. It's exactly what I pictured in my head when I was planning this. I just think it's so cozy and beautiful and just 100% me. So I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. I hope that you all love it as much as I do. If you do, don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the makeover, what your favorite part was, and what your favorite piece was that we added to this room. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps me out in moving towards my goals on YouTube. Every little bit counts and makes such a big difference for my channel as I'm starting to grow and create more content. Really appreciate everyone that joins our DIY community and spends time with me every Sunday. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.
Later on.